Well, welcome back to the channel. Today's little project, I went to Harbor Freight and I had picked up me a cabinet sandblaster. I have wanted one of these for years. I'm hoping this is good. It is a Harbor Freight and I have heard that they are a little dusty. I do have dust separator kit that I'm going to set up with it too to help clear some air. And I've got some silicone. I'm going to end up sealing the seams on this. So I'm not really going to run sand in this. I keep finding myself needing to clean up alternators and carburetors on these old cars and even fuel pumps. So I don't really want to spray sand against aluminum. So I'm going to actually turn this into a soda blaster. And we're going to see how that goes. Now I know if dust is going to come out, it's going to come out on soda. So we're going to see how hard this is to put together. Alright. I'm going to speed this up a little so you don't get too bored. If anything really goes wrong, I'll stop and show you. I don't know if you can see all the bugs around me, but it's now nighttime, and apparently this is bug central, and it's just about October. But we have a sandblaster put together now, so I need to test it out. Now, I've always heard that with soda you could blast the Coke can and clean the label off of it without damaging the can. So that's what I'm going to try. Now I'm going to bring you in over here in a minute and put you down here. I don't know how well we'll be able to see, but I'm going to try. It's kind of dirty, kind of dusty process. And I've got a shop vac dust collector over here set up. I'll show you a picture of that in a minute. But it's kind of loud. But we're going to see how good a picture we get. It may be a good one. It may not. We'll try. And I hope it actually cleans the soda can up good. Alright, well, we're going to put our can in here. Now, one thing I did figure out, these gloves are a little small, but once I turn on the vacuum system, these gloves all expand in here, and it gets a lot easier to put the gloves on. At least if you have big hands like I do. So, let's close this up. And I'm going to get you guys over here, and we're going to see if we can keep this clean enough that you can see a little bit. It's going to get a little loud here. Alright, as you can see, my first recording, I sort of messed up hitting the record button, so the can was partially done. But I think we got some pretty good video. You can see the dust collection in there. Did pretty good. Definitely having a little trouble with my glass here. Show you here. Right here, there's a protective membrane in here that didn't get glued over here. This is the one that came stuck to it originally. And it's got dust going in. Same thing is happening from over here. You can't wipe that off from the outside. So we may have to try to peel that one off and put a new one on and address the problem. Little powder here and there. Well, considering I'm going to be using this to do carburetors, that's pretty impressive. Now, I'll admit, I may have gotten in a hurry and hit the can a little too hard. So it's not like I sandblasted it with no damage. But I was able to actually clean the paint off a Coke can. Hopefully, the next video or two, you're going to see me clean a carburetor and a fuel pump with this thing. And we'll see how that does in the real world environment. Well, overall impressions of the Harbor Freight blast cabinet, it doesn't have the dust leakage everybody complains about if you keep the dust collection system running. So I'm going to keep the dust collection system running and not have to use a bunch of caulk. Because I tried running it one time without the dust collection, and they're right. There are places where the dust just starts coming out with this soda. But when you turn that vacuum on, there's not a drop of dust comes out in this area that I could see. So overall, it seems to perform really well. I mean, it blasts wonderfully. I mean, time will tell how well it holds up, but I don't think that ceramic tip's going to wear very bad with soda. So, and they gave me 2 extra ceramic tips with it, and I know I can buy more there at Harbor Freight. They gave me 3 ceramic tips with it, sorry. So, I can buy more if I need to. Okay. Well, and as to the assembly, this is a pretty involved assembly. If you're going to do it by yourself like I did, it only took me a few minutes, as you saw. Or 3 to 4 hours. I kind of lost track. And if you're doing it by yourself, make sure you have long arms or a plan on how to hold those nuts. Because if you saw, I was at my fingertips on about 6 or 7 of them. It'd been faster if I had somebody holding backing nuts. But if you're going to do it by yourself, I'd say block out 3 to 4 hours of assembly time to take your time and do it right. The instructions aren't bad, though. The pictures are a little bit busy. They try to put too many steps into one picture, I think. But other than that, it's a pretty solid instruction set. And this is a very solid filling machine. I'm fairly impressed with it. So Harbor Freight, you did a pretty good job. Alright guys, well, until I have a real job to do with this, because all that stuff's still attached to a car, I guess this is the end of this video. Thanks for watching.